I figured out how to highlight text on screen in LumaFusion. The project you see loaded into LumaFusion is a tutorial on how to use the YouTube audio library. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to highlight text that I want you as the viewer to see. Anytime you want to do something with shapes in LumaFusion, you know that you'll have to tap on the plus sign and you'll select Overlay Title. This will place a plain white title over top of your video. Double tap your overlay title to open the clip editor. Once you've got the clip editor open, expand the properties for the text box and just tap on the trash can to delete the text. Tap the plus sign here and choose shape. By default, you'll have a white rectangle. Because the background is white, I'm going to change the color of the shape right away. Tap where it says face color, dismiss the color palette, and take your fingers and reshape the rectangle and move it into position. What you want to do is cover the text that you want to highlight. You might be tempted to just simply turn down the opacity of the shape. The text doesn't look right. Tap on blending and keep the opacity at 100%. Change the blend mode. If you tap where it says normal, you will see that there are different blend modes. Each one does something different. Just tap each blend mode until you see the effect. If you want an effect that looks like an old school highlighter pen, use the color burn. I'm going to use darken and I'm going to adjust the crop of the shape. I'm just going to take the bottom and move it up. Open crop, move the bottom up until it's right where you want it. Now you have one line of text successfully highlighted. To highlight another line, simply go back into your title properties and either readjust the crop or you can tap on the title card, tap the star right here and give it a name so that you can find it. Then tap the star up here. Now when you go back to frame and fit, your highlight will return to normal. Now when I play the video, you'll see that text get highlighted properly. To highlight a second line, let's add a second overlay title. Tap the plus sign one more time, choose an overlay title, open that overlay title, and you can see up above here, I have a bunch of presets that I've created. I'm going to adjust the crop. Firstly, I'll take the bottom crop all the way up so that you can see the line of text underneath it. I'm going to move the top crop all the way down, and then I'll just adjust the right crop back to the end of that first line. Open up blending and apply the darken blending mode one more time. You can adjust the position of the second overlay title as needed. Slide it back to line it up exactly so that both lines get highlighted at the same time. What I actually want is for the text to be highlighted this way. But I am going to adjust the crop on the left so that it starts right at the beginning. Move the right crop, add a new keyframe, move 5 frames ahead. We'll return the crop to normal, just to the end of the line of text. Open the crop properties and Save another preset. Once you've got your presets made, you can use them to quickly and easily highlight text. Tap on the plus sign, just like before, and select Overlay Title. Stretch this out. You can tap on the scissors to make a cut if you overshoot your mark, and then just delete the rest. Once you've got your overlay title in place for the first line, you're going to want to tap it to open the clip editor. Tap on title. You're going to remove the text and then add a shape. Once you've added a shape, you can add the preset title that we created in the last step. You'll notice that the title is in the wrong spot and the wrong size for this text. That doesn't matter because I'm going to show you how to fix that next using the Frame and Fit editor. Tap Frame and Fit. Move the text box wherever you want to. Alternate between the size and position sliders to position your box correctly. If you need to make the text box thinner, you can decrease the size Y, and that will increase or decrease the size of your shape in the vertical direction. You can make it a little narrower if you like. You can open the blending properties and tap where it says blend mode. And in the other example, we used the darken blend mode. So I'll use the same blend mode again. And now that you can see the text, you can go back into position and decrease the size in the size X direction so that just the first line is highlighted. You don't need to do this, but you can also add the motion preset that we saved in the last step by just selecting it. If you open the crop properties, you can see that keyframes have now been added. So I'm going to duplicate the original layer, but I will place it at the playhead. Double tap the top clip and move this down to move it over top of the second line of text. Duplicating layers saves you time because it takes the properties in one highlight layer, for example, and duplicates them as many times as you need. I'm going to make this size X a little bigger so that the entire line is highlighted from beginning to end. There we have our next highlight. So we're just going to move that into position and adjust the size. Make one more duplicate for the last line of text. And we'll just slide that into position. You'll notice that if you stagger the beginnings of your highlight lines, the ends don't match up. Once you're finished, you can simply move the playhead, then make a cut